Hello dear viewers, a very warm welcome to our channel. It's very good to have you here. In this video we're going to have a look at the inside of a portable tire inflation pump. This is a 12 volt operated tire inflation pump. Right here you see there is a switch. Here we have the pressure gauge, and right here we have a connection to the tire valve. This is going to be screwed on the tire, and when you turn it on with a battery supply connected to these terminals, then it will pump compressed air into the tire. So it is very handy, very easy to use, and portable device. You can put it in your luggage compartment or somewhere under the seat, and it becomes handy when you have in low pressure tire and when you're away from tire service stations. Let's go ahead and open up and see what is inside. Well, in order to open up, you have to unscrew the screws in here. There are screws. You have to unscrew them all using a Phillips head screwdriver. You can unscrew them all. You even have adapters, different adapters. For example, this can be used for inflating a ball, a soccer ball or whatever ball you have. You can use this to inflate that. Let's go ahead and open up and have a look at. This is the inside of the pump. As you can see, there is a DC motor right here, and we have a gear reduction mechanism right there, and then we have a piston that is going to pump compressed air right here. So very straightforward. The DC motor is powered with the cable, and the switch is there. Now when electricity is supplied to the electric motor, this DC motor will turn, then it will actuate this, and then the piston will reciprocate. There is a piston right here. The output is connected to the output line, and then it is also connected in parallel to the pressure gauge. Right here there is a pressure gauge. It is connected in parallel to the pressure gauge. That's it, guys. It's a very simple and handy construction. There are capacitors that are connected here in series to the electric motor. You can see there are capacitors down there. Up here there are capacitors that are connected in parallel. So this is it. Very simple but effective construction. See, when electricity is connected, this is a battery supply line. The battery supply will go to the switch, and from the switch it will come back to the motor. There are two terminal connections, one right here and the other on the lower side. That will be the negative, and the lower side will be the positive side. The owner is saying this is not functional, so we're going to have a look at the electrical wiring. It is modified. You see the plug here, for example, is locally modified. They have made connections like this and like this at the end of the terminal. Previously it was a direct plug. You plug this to the cigarette lighter. Now, because it is modified, some electrical problem is there, so we are going to figure out what is causing the pump not to function. Let's go ahead and inspect the continuity of these lines. This is supposed to be a negative line, and this is going to be a positive terminal. Let's go ahead and see if there is continuity between this and this light once the switch is turned on. The switch has been bypassed, so it is a direct drive. Let's go ahead and put your multimeter on continuity right here, so you can use the beeping function. See, it is beeping. Now let's go ahead and measure continuity. Let's begin from right here. Let's measure from right here to one of the terminals. Here we have the two battery terminals. Let's go ahead and measure. There is no continuity. Okay, we have continuity right here. So this line is continuous from the power supply. It is continuous. Let's go ahead and use the lower line and measure continuity. It has continuity with this because the switch is already turned on, but there is no continuity with this line. Let's go ahead and follow this line. Follow this line. When you follow this line, it comes right here. Let's go ahead and measure continuity between this and the terminals. Go ahead and measure continuity. See, there is continuity. So the line from here to the pump is okay. Let's go ahead and disconnect this line and measure continuity from this line from this line to the alligator clip, to this clip. Here one terminal. See, there is no continuity, so we have determined that this line is disconnected somewhere. These lines usually fail at the alligator clip right here. As you can see, it is disconnected. I have sliced a little. Now let's check continuity between these two ends. If there is continuity, then see, good. So put this back to where it was. And generate new connection right here. Crimp this. Good to go. Put this back and let's test for continuity once more. So it has continuity. Let's connect this terminal. Let's connect it to 12-volt battery supply and see if the pump is running. So this is it, guys. Very powerful motor, very powerful DC motor, and very powerful pump. So this is the principle of operation, and for night operation you have a light here. You can use this as a torch. This is a light. So this is a very simple but very robust construction. Electric motor, gear reduction right here, and a piston pump. Piston pump connected in parallel to the outlet and connected in parallel to the tire pressure gauge. Cooling fan. Easy to use, easy to maintain, very dependable. Well, reverse, that is all we have for you regarding the portable tire inflation pump. If you like this video, please smash the like button. If you are new to this channel, do consider subscribing, turn on notifications so that you will be the first to get notified whenever we come up with another video. Until then, stay safe.